yeah. Right now I'm in a state of mind. I wanna be in like all the time. Ain't got no tears of the cry. Nothing to hide. Believe what I say. So here I am. Well, I'm free. Free falling. Just one way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, baby, I love your ways. We'll make heaven a place on earth. So I am pulling up to get some food right now, and I have decided to do a little impromptu mukbang Q&A in my car. You guys just take a wild guess where I am. A wild guess. So I am gonna run into Chick-fil-A right now, grab my food, and I will be right back. Oh my god. This is so staticky. Oh, now my hair is flying away. Just flying away. So I was parked next to this guy, and I guess he was eating in his car. And when I went in to get my food and came out, I thought maybe he'd be gone, but he wasn't. He was still in there eating. So I got in my car and I drove around the lot and I parked somewhere else just because I'm still super awkward sometimes in front of the camera, believe it or not. And I just didn't want to talk to my camera in my car while I'm eating next to this guy. Like, I just felt super awkward. So I moved and I just saw him leave. So could have stayed where I was, but it's fine. I did want to say, if you guys are new here, joining in, maybe this is the first video of mine that you're watching, my name is Liza. I'm a mommy vlogger with a 2.5-year-old son and a second little boy on the way who's due in May. I would love for you to join my YouTube family, hit that subscribe button, and give this video a thumbs up. And let's just get started, because mama is hungry. You guys are going to be so shocked, because not only did I get my Chick-fil-A sauce, I'm going to try a new sauce. I'm going to try this sweet and spicy sriracha sauce. I heard this is really, really good too, and I love sriracha, so I felt like I'd step out of my comfort zone and get some of that too. But I got some fries, and then I got chicken nuggets, and I got a 12-piece, do not judge me. Okay, so I'm gonna try and answer as many questions as I can within 20 minutes. It's 3:20 right now, so at 3:40 I'm gonna be finished, and I'm gonna try and do my best. Okay, so Lauren A. Schengel asks, what's your biggest craving? And I'm gonna say Chick-fil-A, honestly. Chick-fil-A, I cannot live without it. Lou.loss asks, what are some things that are completely different this pregnancy than your first? My first pregnancy was a breeze. It was so easy. It was such a good pregnancy. I felt great most of the time. And this pregnancy, I do not. I feel nauseous and tired, and I get headaches, and I have no energy. So it definitely feels a lot different, plus the bleeding. I did not have that with Camden. Lola.Janae asks, are you going with a theme for baby boy number 2's nursery? I have no idea, honestly. I haven't thought about it. I'm hoping that we'll be moved, like, I mean, probably not by the time he's born, but like soon after. And then I'm gonna start thinking about like the nursery and everything like that. I'm sure I will pick some kind of theme. Or honestly, I may just use all of Camden's stuff for the next baby boy, and then like do a big boy room for Camden. Because I loved Camden's nursery. Like that, I was obsessed with it. I loved everything about it. So I might just like redo his whole nursery, but for the new baby in the new house. Amanda Melvin asks, what did you do with your communications degree post-college? I was a production assistant at a TV production company who did really lots of cool shows. They did like Real Housewives of New Jersey, a lot of like mystery murder shows on TLC and stuff like that. And that was like such a fun job. I loved it. Deanna Gilbert 20 asks, how do you get Cam to eat whatever you make? I have 2 toddlers and they are very picky. Girl, Camden is so picky. Oh my god. He is not like me when it comes to food. Like, I eat everything. Camden, on the other hand, is so picky. He's like Alex. He literally sticks with like the food he likes, which is avocado, tomatoes, chicken nuggets, macaroni and cheese, waffles, pancakes, berries. He would eat berries all day, like fruit, bananas, and oh, naan and hummus. And honestly, I think that is it. Lo Harding asked, are you doing a name reveal once you choose the name, or waiting until the baby is born? I have not. I'm gonna try this sriracha sauce right now. I'm excited. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do a name reveal video and let y'all know what the name is once we decide, or if I'm gonna do it, if I'm gonna let y'all know once he's born. I don't know yet. I kind of want to do a name reveal video because I didn't do that with Cam, and so I think it'd be fun. But also I think it's really special to wait until the baby's born. So I just don't know. Why can't I open it though? Let me try my other one. Ugh. Okay, I already don't like this sauce. Oh, here we go. I knew that was gonna happen. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. Mmm. That actually is really good, you guys. It's like spicy sweet and sour sauce. I love sweet and sour sauce. When I go to Popeyes, I love, like growing up, I loved getting Popeyes chicken tenders. That was like my favorite food ever, and I would always get their sweet and sour sauce. I was like addicted to it. And then one day they changed the recipe and I legit cried, and I went into the Popeyes that I had always gone to, and I went up and I asked for the manager, and I asked what happened to the sweet and sour sauce, and he said, oh, we just changed our recipe. And I was like, well, can you change it back? Because I am like heartbroken. And I was young at this time. I must have been like 9, and he just looked at me like I was nuts. But I was never the same, because the sweet and sour sauce was never the same. They never changed it back. Steph A. Ponte 9. I hope I'm not butchering all your usernames, you guys. If I am, I'm so sorry. But she asks, how often do you get your lashes filled? I usually go every 2 weeks. I go to my girl Nina, Beauty Mark by Nina in Rockville. She's amazing. Okay, wait, I need another chicken nugget before I answer a question. I wish I was a cute eater, but I'm not, because I think I love food so much, and I'm like enjoying every single bite, that I'm not trying to like look cute. Sun Diva asks, how do you keep the intimacy in your marriage? 27 weeks preggo here and struggling. Girlfriend, we don't. This is a question for Aaron. We are not getting dirty right now. Let's see. Tara K asks, how many kids do you and Alex want? He doesn't really know. He used to say he wanted 4, and now he says he doesn't know. I would like 3 or 4. I think 4 would be really fun. You guys, I don't know if this was a good idea. I feel like I'm a mess eating in front of you guys. I have like food in my teeth. I'm talking with my mouth open. Like, how do people do this? Okay. Molly O. Pocket asks, Juicy, are you and your husband still intimate while pregnant? If so, how often? So this just kind of related to the other question about being intimate. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, and Alex may kill me for like telling you all this, but he is super weird when it comes to being intimate during pregnancy, because he is like weirded out that I have a life inside of me, like a baby's in there, and he's like one of those guys. I know you guys have probably heard of this, but like that's like worried about hurting the baby, and just like thinks it's weird. So he's always been like that. Even when we were pregnant with Camden, he was super weird about it. But with the bleeding especially on top of it, and the doctor telling me not to have intercourse, I'm like completely fine with it at this point. Let me know down below if your husbands are the same way, or if my husband is just crazy. Leisha 8 asks, will your hubby ever do a video with you? It feels like we're missing a part of your daily life sometimes. So you guys, I totally agree with that. It really sucks, because I feel like I can't share everything with you guys like I want to, because my husband won't be in my videos, and he is obviously a huge part of my life, a huge part of Camden's life, and it just sucks because I watch like all of my girlfriends' videos and all of their husbands participate. They even vlog, which would never happen with Alex. I have already accepted that, but I'm really hoping one day he will join in a little bit, just so you guys kind of get to know him. Taylor Burr asks, what advice would you give about going back into toxic relationships? Do not go back. That is my advice. Do not go back into the toxic relationship. You guys know, I've talked about this before, but I was in a super toxic, abusive relationship when I was in college. My advice would be not to. If you are out of the relationship, if you got out of it and you're like rethinking your decision or second guessing your decision, don't. You're right to get out of it, to move on. If it was toxic for a reason, whether it's, you know, you or him or y'all together. It was toxic for a reason, so you guys just aren't meant to be, in my opinion. So this is my just personal opinion, my advice. Like, just don't go back into it. Never. You'll never be able to fix a toxic relationship. I've learned that. If two people together are toxic, or if just one person is super toxic, it's just never gonna work. Mrs. Disco XO asked, what are you most nervous about going from 1 kid to 2 kids? I think just how Cam's gonna act and just not being able to give him all the attention that I give him now. Like, I give him 100% of my attention when I'm with him. Well, I try to. Maybe not all the time, but most of the time he gets mine and Alex's attention when we're with him. And so when the new baby's here, it's gonna be really hard. And I'm gonna have to figure out how to balance that. And obviously the baby is gonna need more attention than Cam will need, but I don't want Cam to feel left out or to feel lonely or sad or anything like that. So that is probably my biggest concern right now, and my biggest worry is just like how I'm going to balance the attention for both kids. Jess Amy 29 asks, if you could have one wish apart from the obvious ones, what would it be? XOXO. Apart from the obvious ones of, like, I guess like happiness and health and stuff like that, my one wish would be for my dad to be able to meet my children. And if you guys don't know, if you're new here, my dad did pass away a few years ago from pancreatic cancer. Kelsey Fogue asks, how do you feel about the amount of YouTubers being pregnant with you? I love it. Just found out my girlfriend Erin is pregnant. Congrats to her. My friend Tara is pregnant. There's a lot of my YouTube mommy friends who are pregnant, and I'm just super stoked and excited that we're all pregnant together. I think it's so cool and so fun, and we can kind of like lean on each other, get advice from each other, compare, you know, what's going on during our pregnancies. Like, my girlfriends and I send each other sonogram pictures and kind of just like, I don't know, we're always chatting about it, and I think it's just really, really awesome. So I'm so happy for all of them. Brittany822 asks, are you planning to breastfeed baby number 2? 100% yes. I exclusively pumped for Camden, as you guys know, because he would not latch, and I was just getting really stressed about it, so I just ended up pumping. I will not exclusively pump again. It was way too hard and stressful and like literally took up my entire life. It was crazy. I'm praying that this baby will latch and then I can figure out a way to get him to breastfeed, and I will breastfeed for the first time, which is gonna be like crazy. And if he does not latch, or if he will not breastfeed for whatever reason, I am going to pump, but I'm also going to supplement with formula, just because I am not going to exclusively pump again. That was just insane. I thought that I had to, you know what I mean? But this time I'm not going to feel guilty about it, because I know that it's okay. Oh my god, I like this one. Talia M. Garcia asks, describe your first real kiss. Oh, you guys, I don't even want to describe my first real kiss to you. It was so bad. Okay. Ugh. I was dating this guy. I was 14 and I was in high school as a freshman. And I was dating this guy, and there was this place called UA, which was a movie theater, and it was in downtown Bethesda. If you're from Bethesda, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not there anymore, unfortunately. They knocked it down, but everyone used to hang out there on the weekends, like on Friday and Saturday nights. I don't know why, but that was just like the cool place to hang out, and just everyone used to get together there and drink, like undercover drink, and like smoke and do all this crazy stuff. It was crazy. Anyway, my friends and I used to go there every single weekend, and then I met this guy and we dated for a little bit, but he was my first kiss, and it wasn't good. It was like, ugh. It was sloppy and like all over the place, and it was just a mess. And after we kissed, in my head I remember thinking like, oh my god, why do people like kissing so much? It sucks. I was not into it, but then later on, kissing other boys, I guess I just realized, oh, he just was not a good kisser. Victoria Gosson asks, you're such a cute mama. Thank you. My question is your husband not very supportive about YouTube? No, you guys, he is super supportive about YouTube. He knows that I love it. He knows that it is my job, and that's what I love to do. So he is very supportive about YouTube. He helps me actually behind the scenes with a lot of things having to do with YouTube. He just himself doesn't like to be filmed and doesn't want to be on camera, and that's just the kind of person he is. Not everyone wants to be filmed. Not everyone wants their life put out there. He's a very private person, and he's always been like that ever since I knew him. He's never had any social media, any Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. He's just not into it. And actually that was one of the things I loved about him when I first met him. I really liked that he wasn't into social media. I hope you guys understand that. But other than that, I mean, he's super supportive with YouTube. Jennifer M. KSLL.RN asks, what are 2 goals you have for 2019? One goal is to hit 100K subscribers on my YouTube channel. I would absolutely be so thrilled and thankful, and I would love, love, love to hit 100K. I'd be over the moon. So that is a huge goal of mine. And then my other goal will just be to be consistent, get my 3 videos up when I say I'm gonna get them up. I need to pick a new schedule as far as like what days I want to film, what days I want to upload, and then like the specific time that I want to upload. I'm trying to work that out right now and get out a new schedule for you guys and let you guys know what it is. But I have to pick days and times that like work for me, that I know that I can get a video up. Brittany Domansky asks, any baby name hints? We haven't fully decided on a baby name, but I did tell you guys that we are pretty close, and we are almost positive we know what the middle name is gonna be. We're not 100% positive, so it could change, but we're pretty sure. And I will tell you, the middle name starts with a Z. So that is your little hint. Upside Down Rainbows asks, what will you do if you don't move this year? Will Cam and the new baby share a room? No. Cam and the new baby will not share a room because we are moving. Like, don't even get me started. We are moving 100%. There's no way that I can stay in this house with another baby like for a long amount of time, because I will go crazy. All right, Rambling Babbles asks, would you rather be stuck on a ski lift during a blizzard or in an elevator filled with people for 3 hours? Well, I'm gonna say an elevator filled with people for 3 hours, only because, and I do have claustrophobia, like I get claustrophobic, but I'm gonna say that over the blizzard, because if I was on a ski lift alone in a blizzard, I would just be terrified that I was gonna die. But if I was stuck in an elevator with people for 3 hours, I would know that I wasn't gonna die, most likely, unless like one of them was a serial killer or something. Mrs. Whitbeck asks, what is your greatest fear with becoming a mom of 2 boys? My greatest fear is probably that like they're gonna grow up and then like meet like their girlfriends or like their wives and then like forget about me, because I am the woman like in Camden's life, like I'm his girl, you know what I mean? So I sound like so creepy, ew. I sound so creepy now that I'm saying this out loud, but like I literally have thought about it. Like, you know how they say like a son is a son until he meets his wife, but a daughter's a daughter for the rest of her life? So like I've heard that so many times, and like I just don't want my boys to like grow up and like forget about me because they have like their wives and their families. Like I feel like daughters are always super close with their parents and their moms, but boys not so much. So that's what scares me, I think, most about having 2 boys, is like I don't want them to like forget about me. I want to always be super close with my boys. Pics by Danny asks, will you open up about your past relationship? I'm assuming you're talking about the abusive one. I don't know. I have tried before. I've actually sat down and tried to film the video about it before, and I couldn't even start talking about it because I didn't even know where to begin. It was such a crazy 3 years in my life that like tore me away from my family and friends, changed who I was, and it was literally the hardest point in my life. So to go back there and try to like relive those memories, like I know I can do it, I just don't know when I'm gonna be ready to do it, because I'm really gonna have to like brainstorm and think about all of the horrible memories, because I've honestly blocked them out of my head. A lot of the things I don't remember, like I'll have a friend be like, oh my God, do you remember when he did this? And I'm like, oh my God, I completely forgot about that, because I literally have blocked them out of my head because it was so hard for me and I didn't want to think about it. So I would have to sit down and I would have to like revisit those 3 years, like write down a lot of things that had happened so that I can share them with you and you guys can understand what I went through in case any of y'all are going through something similar. And that is honestly the only reason I want to share it, is because for any of you guys who are in an abusive relationship, I want you to realize that you don't need to be in that relationship. You can get out, you can move on, you can better your life, and it's not forever. And I was so trapped in my relationship, I didn't know how to get out, and I didn't think that I could. And then I thought about not being with this person, and I was like, oh my God, what is my life gonna be? Because he is my whole life right now. And it was just so crazy. I was so brainwashed. So that is the reason that I do want to share my story, is because I want you guys to be able to relate, understand what I went through, and maybe in some tiny little way you could help someone. And that is all I want to do with this story. Like, if I could help people in abusive relationships, oh my God, that is something that I've always been very passionate about ever since I got out of my relationship. I remember I told Alex when I was still at West Virginia University that I wanted to start like a nonprofit organization at school, or like some kind of organization where girls who were in abusive relationships could come to me and we could talk, and maybe like in a group setting and share our stories. And I remember being so passionate about it and really, really wanting to start it, and I just never did. And I wish I had. I wish I had followed through with that, because I really want to help people like that, because I know how difficult it is to be in that relationship. And for the people that say like, it can't be that hard, just leave, just walk away. Like, what's the big deal? He's abusive. It is a big deal. And it's a big deal in a lot of ways. And mentally, it's really, really hard to leave, because your brain isn't right. Your brain isn't normal. You're not thinking straight. And so it's just, it really messes with you. And that was like one of the hardest things that I had to do. But I am obviously so much happier, so much better off now. And now when I look back at where I was during that time, I like want to shake myself and be like, Liza, what were you thinking? Like, everyone warned you and you just didn't listen. Like, why didn't you listen? But it's just so much more than that. And there's so much more involved that people just don't understand. So anyway, I feel like I've just been rambling at this point. Hopefully one day I can have the courage to share that story with you guys. All right, you guys, I think that is it for this Q&A. It has been 20 minutes and there's so many more questions that I wish I could answer, but there's just no more time because I honestly have to go run a few errands before I head home. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. If you want me to do a part 2 Q&A, let me know down below in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.